Hey guys, welcome to the 25th episode of the I Am a Show Off pod. My name is Karina, Karina, and I'm not the show off, but my company is, and that's Show Off Furniture, which can be found at showoffurniture.com. Since it's the week of Christmas, it is my 25th episode, I thought we would talk about Christmas. If I sound nasally, congested, not my usual regular raspy self, it is because I have been drinking coquito. And for those of you who do not know what coquito is, it is basically Puerto Rican eggnog that my husband, or as I call him, Babe, makes. It consists of, I believe, condensed milk, evaporated milk, and 99.999% of the year am dairy free. No, that's a lie. 90% of the year, I guess. Once in the blue, I will put cheese on an egg, like shredded cheese, or on a burger. But other than that, that is it. So, come the last 2 weeks of December, when Babe starts making coquito, my body's like, no. I've been taking anti-allergy meds, but they don't seem to be as strong as what's in this coquito. So, my apologies for sounding a tad phlegmy, but that's what's going on. Um, you guys know that I'm Colombian, and this, and not this, yeah, I guess this week. It's probably starting tomorrow. We start the prep work for food for the 24th, when we celebrate, and we've learned to make Colombian dishes that typically have gluten and dairy, to make them without the gluten and the dairy, like buñuelos, natilla, pan de bonos, things like that. Because if we didn't make them that way, then not only would I not be able to eat any of that stuff, but neither would my kids. And then they wouldn't know what any of that is. And I can't have that. I need them to know and to look forward to these little traditions, and that way they grow up on them, and hopefully we'll continue to pass them down. Hopefully the next generation won't have so many allergies to food like this one does. It's definitely a different Christmas this year for obvious reasons, for COVID. We've all lost, well, not all, but I feel like the majority of us have lost some things this year. I've lost family, I've lost a job, and I'm not the only one. So it's gonna be not as festive. So it'll definitely be different, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make that magic remain for my kids. My family is super far away in New York, and we normally don't see family during the holidays. I mean, since we've been down here in Florida 12 years now, we've been up, my hubby and I, Babe and I, have been up, if I had to guess, top of my head, I think 4 times. And out of those 4 times, the kids have been up once with us. So they really have no sense of what I am missing from New York. And even if I were to go back to New York tomorrow to spend the holidays there, it still isn't the same. Forget COVID. I feel like what I miss is the illusion of what, I guess, Christmas magic meant to me as a kid, which it would be basically just a gathering of a huge, huge family of aunts and uncles and cousins and extended family and friends. And so even if COVID was over, COVID didn't happen, my family doesn't gather in that mass quantity anymore. So I think that's over, and I guess what I miss is that togetherness, or that big sense of a family village, if that makes any sense to you. So I have to tell myself, dude, you're not missing anything, because no one gets together like that anymore. Everyone's within their own family units. That bigness is in the past, and no one does that anymore. So shake it off and figure out how to make the magic happen for your own kids. and that's what I'm doing. So you guys, I think I told you guys we have Elf on the Shelf. We have, Santa brings presents for us and all that. My son is still 8 years old, so I'll enjoy it while I can. And I love it. And this is the first year that I'm not working during the week of Christmas. It feels so weird. And it felt weird for Thanksgiving too. Like, I was able to prep 2 days before, which typically it would have been me coming home from work, whether it's late or not. It's just exhausting. Even if I got home early and when I was working the last job that I held, it still would have been me being home by like before 4. That's super early. But after a long ass day of working, like, I just didn't have energy to start cooking and all that. So it feels really weird to not be scrambling and going to an office and then coming back tired, mentally exhausted, all these things. I'm still tired, mentally exhausted, but it's definitely a different exhaustion. This week I have been trying to spend more time on social media. I'm actually starting with Instagram. I think I just feel more comfortable there on the business account than I do on any of the other social platforms with a business account. So I'm gonna try to baby them to grow the accounts that I follow, because I was following a few under 200 people, I believe, and my feed was, it's great, it's fun. I go on there and I try to be part of the of the IG business community, but it was time to expand. And so I've been I started following a lot of furniture magazines and influencers. Just, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air, like just adding newness to the feed. I feel like I was gonna say revigorates. I made that word up. I don't know. There's a word. It's not revigorates. Something like that. Reinvigorates. Invigorates. Maybe yes, I think so. This is when you need like a co-host to be like, yo, that's not what you're supposed to say. So it refreshed my feed. It got my juices going. Invigorated. I don't know if that's made up or not, but that one sounds right. Invigorated. I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. My sense of creativity, seeing all these new things, just kind of opening up my social community a little bit on IG, and just making sure that I'm going through my followers and showing some love, basically. Showing some love, because that's what not everyone is looking for on IG, but you want your post to be acknowledged. So I rather share the love, and that's it. So that's what I've been doing. I started with IG. I'm gonna move on to Facebook. To me, Facebook is just, when it comes to the business account, it's just, to me, it's complicated. I can't really interact as the business account. It like wants to force me to interact as Karina on my account, on my personal Facebook account, and that's not what I want. Like, months ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna start following up, try to grow my following on Facebook. And like 30 accounts later, I realized, hello, it is your face that you are seeing and not show off profile picture. You're under your own account. It's like, oh my god, so annoying. So I have to figure that one out, which is why I started with IG. And then I'll move on to Twitter. I told you guys before, I had never, before opening up a Twitter account for Show Off Furniture, I had never tweeted. I was not on Twitter. Ages ago, I believe I opened up a Twitter account, but it was just, I think, if I remember correctly, I'm sure it's probably still active, because sometimes I see in my spam notices from Twitter to my account there. It was like just to magazines like Vogue and things like that. Nothing to do with furniture, nothing to do with my life now. So to me, Twitter is super weird. I think I follow like 5 accounts. I don't understand it. So I'm gonna have to dedicate like a week in January to Twitter. Because I said I told myself I was only gonna dedicate a week to IG, but it's probably gonna end up being 2 weeks. So this week and next week, and then a week to Facebook because Facebook is a different beast, and then a week to Twitter, and then TikTok. TikTok. I'm old, and TikTok and I do not mesh. It's very confusing. The algorithms are very confusing to me. I don't know what's going on there, but that's what I've been doing so far this week. Got started on Saturday. Trying to be more present on Instagram. That sounds better. Trying to be more present on Instagram, and that's been stressing me out because it kind of feels like I'm making small talk with so many people. Like when you go to like a dinner party or business dinner party, yeah, I guess a business dinner party, and you're like have to make small talk with people you don't know. Granted, I love looking at people's feeds and getting not inspiration, but an idea of how they're decorating, how they're furnishing their spaces, so I know what to offer. Because I don't want to offer on the website on showoffurniture.com. I don't want to offer just modern furniture, or I don't want to offer just mid-century modern, or distressed, or country chic, or contemporary. I don't want it to be that. Our personalities are so diverse, and our furniture should be that way. And I've said this before here, depending on the room, depending on the day, I don't always want modern. I don't always want uh, rustic. I don't. Sometimes I want a coastal look in one room, or I want a traditional room. It just depends. So, because I have so many sides to my personality, a psychiatrist might call that a problem. I feel like I don't want to have just one type of style. I don't want to be known for just one type of style. Show Off Furniture, regardless of what style you have, at the end of the day, when you purchase something for your home, you want to show it off. And that's the idea of Show Off Furniture. Like I say in the tagline, it's where your personality meets your home. And we all have different personalities, because how boring would it be if we were all the same? And our different personalities obviously will like different things, and I want to try to accommodate everybody. So I say all that to say that is why, if I'm trying to expand my IG community to people who have different tastes than I do, because just because I don't like a certain, or not that I don't like, just because I wouldn't put a certain aesthetic in my home, doesn't mean Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so shouldn't put it in their home, and that it wouldn't look beautiful and fabulous and a piece to show off. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and that, because it's just, I don't want to just comment and be like, oh, beautiful picture, oh, so nice, smiley face, heart. Like, everyone says that. That seems like so generic and whatnot. So I try to put some thought into what I post, what I comment on people's posts, and hopefully they appreciate it. Hopefully they return the love. But even if they don't, I'm just gonna keep expanding my social media community, because Show Off Furniture is an e-commerce business, and I rely so much on social media, basically 100%. So, you gotta grow it. I should have been doing that from the beginning. That's a mistake. If you're writing all the mistakes, that's a mistake. Should have done that from day one, instead of posting 7 times a day, this, that, and the other. I should have just been steadily growing my online social media footprint. It's just exhausting, and it's a job in itself. People are social media managers and all these things. It's a job in itself, and for a good reason. It takes a lot of work. So I take my hat off to those who do this all day. in just this. So I've been doing this while my kids ask, are you excited for Christmas? Are you excited for Christmas? I want to say yes, no, I don't know. But it's definitely a different feeling this year because, like I said, I'm home. So I'm like in my pajamas, sitting down with my personal phone, with my work phone, with the laptop on the couch, or with all three and on the PC at the same time because I've been changing things on the website again. I told you guys I would be doing that. And then trying to figure out uh, Christmas shopping and what Santa's gonna bring and all that in between working, and it's hard. I was telling my daughter, she's 13 and we've been home 10 months. It's hard. It's not easy. The kids miss their friends, and I was telling her I miss people too. Just because I didn't like the place that I was working prior to this doesn't mean that I don't miss going somewhere every day to interact with people face to face. It's hard. And even the healthiest of people, mentally healthy people, this isolation still takes a toll on them. And we have to figure out ways to basically not go insane. And that's all I do. That's what I was telling my daughter. It is a struggle every day trying to launch this business. The stress that is on my shoulders and on my head feels like a weighted vest and hat that I'm wearing 24/7. I could get 9 hours of sleep and a nap somewhere in between in the day, and I still look like I need a nap, only because I am that stressed out, guys. It's hard. Everyone looks at the website and everything is fabulous, and it is fabulous, and I am so grateful for this opportunity to be able to start my own business, but it is a lot. And with COVID and with being isolated home 10 months and with the stress of launching this business and a family and the holidays and not being able to see people, all these things, it's a lot. And I'm doing the best that I can, and that's all that I can do. And I learn every single day, and as I learn, I will do better. Know better, do better. And that's it. That is the fabulous life that is the life of this particular first-time entrepreneur, CEO, mom, and wife. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a podcast on for Friday for Christmas Day. Depends on my mood and how I'm feeling, so I'm not going to promise that. I just might, though. It's only a couple minutes, and I like talking to you guys, so I'm not promising anything, but just a big maybe with a question mark, exclamation point, question mark. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening. Oh, and if I don't speak to you on Friday, may you have a very Merry Christmas, and I hope Santa brings you everything you asked for. Thanks for listening, guys. I realize time is a precious commodity, and I appreciate you spending some on me. If you like what you've heard so far, please subscribe, tell your friends and family, and share, and share. And of course, shop the website, shawfurniture.com. It's a place where your personality meets your home. And since we're an e-commerce online store, we are always the closest furniture store to you. We are also all over social media, and the handle is Shaw Furniture, just like the website, 3 F's. Everywhere except for Twitter, where the handle is Shaw Furn. Shaw, and then F-U-R-N, still 3 F's. Until next time, guys, may we all have peace of mind and be at peace in our hearts. And if you haven't tried Coquito, find a friend, a Hispanic friend or Puerto Rican friend, see if they make it, and get you some. It is awesome. Bye.